Barbie Witch. I'm just going to yell at my cat for the next hour anyhow. You know, fair.
Did
You
you
might as well do it
guys?
with company.
Wait, were you guys being able to hear us? Because I don't even know how you were able to hear us because I just unmuted us and I don't know how. I don't know how. So,
Magic?
magic, I don't even know if we were able to be heard in the beginning.
Well, you know, everyone seemed to be very excited and to appear. So we can just keep on rolling how you got it.
I guess so. I guess it looks like it was working because it was coming up. I don't know. I don't know if that was a few seconds ago, but anyway, once again, welcome to Ningyo Bingo, where you keep on collecting dolls but never seem to win the game, and Becca never seems to remember what to do. Maybe I did unmute us. Maybe it's per scene. That would be annoying. Um,
Very possible. That would make sense to me because different scenes could have different audio inputs. And you want to change them,
but
so they might have them be specific to each scene.
I swear when I leave it all together, it does the anyway. Let me just try and find the thing that I'm actually looking for. Sources. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Chrome window capture. Okay, we need to. Aha. No, that's not working. Is there a reason why that's not working? Goodness sakes. I don't understand. I don't understand why this is a trouble right now.
OBS seems to want to be playing games with you today.
Uh,
No, we are completely muted. Barbie Witch is asking where the audio went.
okay. Where is the audio? Okay, so it must have been out. I swear I hear us now, though. Because you're coming through now on the. Because I hear you.
Oh, good that you can hear me.
OBS actually reckon our updates. Yeah, I hear me. My. Uh. Okay, I must have forgotten to turn something on, like usual.
Eh,
Let me
it's sort of like this.
No, I don't want to add a scene. I want to add a source. Add. Why does this thing do this to me? Display capture, no. Window capture? Video capture, no. Window capture. Existing. Chrome, okay. Sources. Chrome, turn it on. Oh, would hope if I was in the right gosh darn. I poked the wrong one. I poked the wrong one.
Poked the wrong one.
Yeah, where is my game? Ningyo Bingo side by side. Intro. Is there a reason why this isn't scrolling right? Did I delete a scene
Entirely.
by mistake? I think I deleted a
Oh,
scene
I
by
see the
mistake.
bottom of your thing though.
Shush. You see nothing. I think.
Ooh, I see a friend.
I think. That is a friend. I'm just. I'm so mad. Wait. Man. Insert. Window capture.
And I do think our voice is now coming through because I could hear it briefly as I'm monitoring the stream.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Barbie Witch agrees with me. Hello.
Okay. I
It's the
swear.
what we were just testing reverse ASMR.
Oh my, what?
Where instead of it being soft sounds, it's dead silence.
Okay. Overlay.
That's all.
Web browser. Properties. Okay, this is doing something now. Okay. Alright. This should work.
Hey, ACJ Louisa. Hello. We're still working with some
Hi,
OBS
Louisa.
shenanigans, but it's good to see you.
Okay. Where? I can't. Match title, window title must match. Okay. Like, I swear this should work. I give up. I was gonna show.
Oh, oh, what now? What now?
I just deleted the whole scene, and I shouldn't have deleted the whole scene, but that's fine because
Hmm.
we have some
Is
video.
hearing that my voice is overpowering yours? You are hella quiet.
I am hella quiet. All right, I need to input me higher.
We are slowly working our way up, Barbie Witch, from,
I am
you know, existing. We're starting at existing.
okay.
And then we went to being heard, and now we're going to try to do a sound mix once the scene gets
Yeah.
rebuilt.
Okay. All right. I brought Discord down a bit because I don't think I have a way of bringing me up anymore unless I have some options here. Sound settings, output, input, microphone. Yeah, I'm at 100% on my microphone. I was only at 91 before, but I don't think that'll make a difference. Okay, how's that sound now? Curse of Midsummer. Yeah.
It is the solstice, so the longest
Ah,
day of the year.
I know. And today is the day that I choose to try and change everything on my
That seems
OBS
like a
thing.
solstice thing to do, something new.
Ah, I just
Changing things around,
I
trying
don't
something
know.
new.
I can't believe did I really just delete a whole ass source like a crazy person?
Well, at least you're not half-assing.
Ah, I deleted a scene. Why did I delete a scene? I need to stop doing this. I'm going.
Deep breath, stay focused. What's next?
All right. All right. Next is I'm going to remove my image here because I'm going to appear in the underneath image
You
there.
get to disappear and reappear because we're doing a box opening.
Yeah.
But unlike many box openings where it's something brand new and exciting, it's something old and exciting.
Yeah. I really wish this.
Which it's like a little piece of history, which is very exciting to me.
We're going to hide that. We're going to razor display is up and I'm
Oh,
going
Jay Louisa, look. Oh, speaking of the bit, I bet you did, but she's already come home.
I found one in my one of my insomniac mornings.
Late at night, about 2 months ago, Becca just somewhat impulsively, we had mildly discussed this, had found her a full set as she was from when she was released and the time that I initially tried to retrieve her. And now she's here, and her hair likes to really fall off all the time. But now it's like, what's my new bit? I did! What's my new bit, Becca? This was my bit. Is you the Amy Ayase chase, and now it's over. I need a new bit. I live off of bits.
You're going to have to get back to Japan for the next bit, I think.
What's the next bit?
Next bit is getting your butt to Japan.
Well, yes. She was after 10,000 years. Yes, it was quite the delight. The only issues is that pleather breaks down over time and gets dry rot, and the pants she originally came with were dry rotted to hell, which was expectable. Like that was expected. I think that was communicated in the listing. But
Yeah.
now, right now, she's wearing these jeans, stretchy jeans that don't do that, and it also looks super great with the rest of her default outfit. So I'm really okay with it.
Yeah,
I think it's almost a little cuter. So it's
can you
fine.
even I don't even know if you can see my face from here, but that's fine. I could have a downward view of the other angle of me, but it would just be silly and a mess, so that's fine.
Yes, but that's fine. But she is, speaking of old Volks, she is not quite as old as the individual you have retrieved. That
So,
you've also sniped in your trolling through of, what was it, Yahoo Japan?
yeah, so the other night I decided to randomly We should eventually put you full screen, and you got to get rid of your blur so we can take a better look at Amy. But we
Hmm.
maybe we could just do that as a whole episode one time.
We could do a journey through because she's part of like a historical point for the SD16.
Yeah. So I was I have hands. I was
Oh my goodness, your hands have arrived.
wow. So I was just randomly chilling. I think it was Barbie Witch and like one other person on stream having a Monday night stream because there was just a bunch of doll stuff that had happened and I just wanted to sit down and chat about it because I felt like we had the stream last Friday and I knew that was going to be largely about like Geekdom Con
Hmm.
and I felt like I just had so many other things to talk about. And the one person said I had just come back from Japan and I had gone doll shopping and like Harajuku and stuff like that. And to which I said, I've been like really looking forward to my trip. And I've been, checking out just to kind of check out and look for things and know prices and some forth. Checking the different auctions and sites and things. In addition, I had just let go of uh, my doll named Dolly, aka my F26 doll that I had rescued. So I felt like there was a spot in my collection for one more. So I started just kind of poking around and I was showing on the stream how to find these things. And through this process, I found this auction for an original 1999 Volks Megu. So I Barbie Witch said, Mega. You're not wrong because this is the little Megu. I hope the
Which is part of why she's here, because you got Little Megu because you have a very deep fondness for the original girls.
it was more that I was never that into the original girls, but as my role in the community has become more and more historical, and I have come to represent the hobby in um, as I've come to be a representative of the hobby in public spaces, I've wanted it. This Megu I've wanted just because I wanted a lovely Megu that and I wanted a Volks USD before the double joints, and I love kimono, and she came with komame and everything like that. So this Megu underneath is the original Megu.
Quite the bait and switch there.
Yeah, so this is unopened. I've taken my doxing materials off the top.
I'm so proud.
There might be more doxing materials within. I will attempt not to show those on stream. And I have no idea what's within. The sale of it mentioned that uh, it had an odor and evidence of water damage. I've been in contact with a group called Polygon. Um, yes, she's also a babyfied version of the big Megu. I've been in touch with a group called Polygon Group for preservation of the paper materials, and I plan to restore her, but not change her makeup because her makeup is original. I'm going to be handling this with bare hands, but mostly just because I could wear white cotton hands and things like that. But I think I want to feel everything, see everything, smell everything.
And as long as you've washed your hands thoroughly, generally that is the best way to handle something.
Yeah, and honestly, right now, because I washed out my entire last weekend, I washed out my uh what's the word, window air conditioning unit.
Ah, yes.
The chemicals that I did that with, I had gloves and I went through several set of gloves, but I kept getting the stuff under the gloves. It really drained the oils from my hands, so my hands are very anti degrading right now. Yeah.
No peanut butter. That's right. Barbie witch.
So here we are. We are breaking the seal, so to speak. I have not seen what is underneath yet.
You might want to scooch the box towards the stand if you can.
It's. I mean, I can set it on the stand, but
There we go. Now when you open it up, we'll have a better view inside.
they have seemed to have given me a coupon. So with
That's Mandarake in a nutshell. They always do a little thing on top.
so it wasn't Mandarake. It was actually Bai.
Oh, it's by Yi. Never mind.
Yeah. So if
Put
you
my words back into my mouth. Okyak-sama kan. Oh, the camp. It's a customer thanking campaign thing.
yeah, yeah, but so I do have a manual focus that I can futz with. Uh, but yes, um, Bai allows you to easily purchase things directly from um uh Yahoo Japan auctions. And it's always interesting because things that are considered damaged or things like that always go for much lower costs in Japan than they would in the US. It's
It's more of
just
a sensitivity to like what condition a good is in. I found in the secondhand market. When they say it's like slightly damaged, it's the equivalent of no damage in a lot of American context.
so here we go. And we'll go this way for a moment. So,
Oh, I love the old box. Even just what little we can see now with like the style of like of her photograph on the front.
yes. So, we can see a little bit underneath here. We'll be able to see more in a moment, but one thing is these boxes used to be bright, bright, bright red. There's actually a certain beauty to this box being so faded. Just because like I can feel like it was in water or in the sun or something, you can kind of feel the time that has come and gone with it. So I kind of love
Um,
that.
Sometimes you have to appreciate the history of the object and its lack of perfection.
Yeah, Ashmore called it what of it? Not tarnish. Something with swords.
Patina?
Patina. That's the word. I consider it kind of the patina of it that kind of almost also gives validity to the entire doll besides the paperwork and everything that is here, which is an entire other thing where I was just almost as delighted for the doll as I was. I was almost. Actually, I am more delighted for the paperwork than I am for the doll. Yes.
The paper is
I've
a lot
made
of it's part of the provenance of the item,
I've made a
which
great
creates
mistake.
that like it helps you place it in a specific place and time.
I forgot I need to put this box in a spot where when the cat climbs into the box, you can see the cat on camera. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't
I think we're
know.
okay.
I don't Yeah, okay, this is much better. This is what the fans want. Got to give the fans what they want. Cat in box.
Cat inbox. It is tradition from the beginning of the internet.
From the beginning of doll welcomings.
Seems like
So,
it's been well wrapped in bubble wrap.
yeah, I'm just trying to go at it easy because I don't want to mar the box. Um, Now, this box is wrapped in plastic, which is interesting. And already you can tell, I can tell one thing, which is, once again, the, I promise you, at one point, the back of this box matched what's on the front of this box. I promise you. It no longer does. And it was even brighter than that. And you can see ones that are brighter than that.
I wonder if she's been in a display like on shelves for a while.
It's very possible. There's Super Dollfie uh something Daifu type. Oh, type. Yeah, something Super Dollfie type is what this says. And you can even see how a little bit of the pigment was preserved under this piece of tape that's here.
Oh, because it did
Yeah,
a little. It just blocked the UV just enough that the um, the pigments inside the dye did not degrade
Yeah,
as much there.
it's probably a little
Which is what
less.
happens is the UV attacks and degrades certain types of pigments more than others. So, for example, when you're walking out down a street, you see a bunch of blue faded posters. The blue pigment's just a little stronger against UV than everything else, which is why it's blue.
So, yeah, let me bring the light back up a little. I was just trying to, there we go. See the edge of it without that big old ring light. Ring light's good for things that are not shiny for certain, but yes, that's looking quite lovely. So, it has a number on the bottom, 59800. I wonder what that was referenced to. We also have a UPC number. I know though, we now know the UPC of original Volks doll. Messenger from another world. It's interesting that like they even called it that during the original release, because I would assume that this one is the original release and everything.
I think that's been the angle since they were doing the large scale.
I wasn't sure how much developed over time and how much was with the original release. So also here is the, this will be easier with the plastic off. Let me get the plastic off of this thing. I'm worried because they did mention, water damage and musty scent. So
which could imply mold or something similar.
And there was definitely like spots. So I have no doubt that there is microbes. I am 100% certain, which is probably why everybody in Japan was like, nah, we good, honey, on this one. They just typed, that's not even the opening. That's just taped down to make it neater. Why? Okay, that's fine. This is fine. Am I just going to cut this bag open? Is that what's going to happen here? That's a corner that's taped down to make it neater. Okay, where's the opening? How do box open? Is there an opening?
Doesn't the box isn't it a top that slides off?
I'm trying. Well, the plastic is over it, and I'm trying to take off the plastic neatly. Okay, that seems like the opening of the plastic. Let me try this. Where's that knife?
Where's my knife?
Because the first time, okay, the opening is this side, this whole side. Now I know. I'm sorry for attempting to keep this on camera and failing.
It is not possible.
I mean, it is possible, but maybe with like a table and
a different camera setup, perhaps.
A ring light that didn't have to attach separately. I'd like to figure out how to attach that ring light separately, but I haven't figured that out yet. I got it for $2 at the thrift store. Okay.
While you're doing that, some of the interesting things about the original they're three sisters, right? Where they were all the same face sculpt, and then it was just painted and full setted differently.
4 sisters. Kira, Sarah.
4 sisters, that's right.
Kira, Sarah, Nana, and Megu. Not that I have it memorized or anything.
Well, you have the historical presentation that you've done a few times, so I would imagine they're stuck in your head.
So here on the bottom they have the telephone number and the address and the fax number. So this is the Naga Koyako Shi, Kyoto, Japan.
Mm-hmm.
So I am curious because like I wonder if there is like different releases of the 1999 girl as well. So here we go. First opening.
You gotta scoot her up just a little.
I'm trying. I mean, I could just nix the ring light, but... Alright, here we go.
Yeah, much better.
I could see if I can just tilt this up a little.
Oh, that's much better. Then it can be in your lap and you can
okay, alright.
more reasonably interact with it.
It might have actually just settled a little. Okay, so first thing we have
Well, first do a smell test. Does it smell musty?
Ever so slightly, not terrible, but you can see here.
Oh, there's a bit of damage there, huh?
Yeah, you can see it right there. You can also see brown on these papers.
Hmm.
So there's all this original paperwork that's in here, which I love. Um,
This is me with packaging.
so I'm curious because, like, so this is Dollfie Hairwig, Super Dollfie Hairwig, medium large, W-2-1.
Wow, what a low number.
Wig 2-1. So that's color and design.
Style, I would imagine.
Yeah, and it's got kanji circled, but I don't.
Oh, bring it to me.
Yeah, let me.
Here we go. Let's see if I can make it out. I don't know why I'm trying to put a hand over my face. Like I'm gonna see it better this way. SD used hair wig, medium, large. I think that's specialty.
Specialty.
W-2-1. Because the
Okay.
medium's not large. It's oh no, it's all use is what that means.
Okay.
Like it's not specific.
Whose picture is in the photo? That one I know. I know. Rio? I think that's Rio. R-Y-O.
Ryu,
No.
you mean?
No.
Oh, you
R-Y-O.
said Ryu.
Oh, you know what? I think you're right. I think Nono and Rio use the same head, and one's the guy and one's the girl Barbie Witch.
That would make more sense if it was No then, because that looks like a femme version.
Yeah, I can confirm in a little bit by poking my head into the other room and checking out my archival books. So here we have, because
Let's see.
we didn't
Hey,
have the
big
and
stuff.
and the wonderfully terrible
Oh, I love the drawing.
the drawing is very like manga, and it's not actually very like one to one. It's like very stylized. This was back when they very
Mm-hmm.
typically used glued on Velcro on the top of wigs to keep them on. And this is illustrating that, how to use the sticky sided Velcro to put that on there, and then how to place the wig on and then roll it backwards either from the front or from the back in order to place it on but not pull the fibers. I particularly love how this chair is definitely just one of those very ubiquitous at the time teddy bear wicker chairs that I have
Mm-hmm.
several of. Uh, that's awesome. So this wig, the fibers are still mostly flat. The wig cap is so very loose. Wow, there's no elastic on this.
I guess that's why you needed the Velcro.
Yeah, I guess that came later. Um, huh. That's so very interesting, and it almost feels like it like sits flat like that. That's very interesting. There's some extra stitches here. That just might have been where the weft started and stopped. And then the bangs themselves. I forgot to bring a nice. The bangs themselves are cut nicely. The fibers feel stiff. It's just a very typical top here, nothing fancy. So yeah, it has a good weight to it. The cut on the end feels similar to other ones, but it's not as soft as ones that I've handled in like 2010 for the fibers. It's a little less soft, but it feels kind of similar to what I would feel on a fiber on the like a the Kyoto kind of dolls and those kind of
Mm-hmm.
dolls. Though those dolls usually most of the fibers are like attached to the heads and the hair, but it kind of has that weight to it. Okay, paperwork. This is what I was so excited about. I love how it's even a little bit bilingual then, like it's English and Japanese, but perhaps just for the fact of having.
It was for the design of it.
Yeah, and I mean they were borrowing from a little bit from the ball jointed aesthetic of European, but also at the same time the Japanese. So Super Dollfie sculpted by Akihiro or Enku later, Zuke Mura Inc., which is interesting because at this point they're attributing the entire Super Dollfie line to just one sculptor.
Well, because there's only one face.
Because there's only one face at this time and only one body at this time, and it's all a single one. Here we go. They printed it in color, but it's only about. It's very simple, and it might have been. I can't tell. So this is typical A4 paper. So what would be legal letter size in Japan. Um, and once again, we see the instructions to use adhesion to put on the wig. It has instructions on you can remove your own seam line. So even though these ones were kind of coming more complete than kits and things like that, they still assume that you would complete some of the finishing yourself. And I'm curious to see what state the seams are on this one because I didn't really pay much attention to that. Let's see. We'll see here in a moment, but the hands are attached not with hooks but with strings, and they basically want you to loop the hand around the elastic in order to adhere it. And they give the original measurements of the elastic to use for it.
That's nice that they tell you the elastic length that they're using.
Yes, of course in centimeters because Japan. What do we have next?
If you bring it upwards, I can try to help you. You think it's is that the Saito Kairi? Oh yeah, it's Sato Kairi. It's the service where you send it back to Tajino Sato for updating and or repairs.
That's very interesting because I wonder how much of this is like. I wonder how much of this, like, I wonder if there is like a few revisions of the original dolls within the first year. So, like, I'm wondering how much of this paperwork might have been produced at the same time as this doll in here, or if it was included with the collector, or things like that.
I think that would have been at the time, considering the way this box is sort of conducted.
Yeah.
They've always sort of had this. I think the Sato Kairi service has always been present.
Yeah.
Where you can send it back for like either more additional work to be done in them, or if there's like I want to say injury because of the way we relate to human-shaped objects, but if there's a breakage or something similar.
And it's very interesting because like I knew I think they said it initially they debuted it at like a doll fair or something like that.
Oh, she's very classically dressed there.
Yeah, let's see. Dollfie
Our frame is. I'd help, but our frame is cutting it off for me.
Oh, a Dollfie.
Yeah, Dollfie Fan Club.
Club 5.
It's how to become a member of the Dollfie Fan Club.
I see. This is all telling me that there's a little bit before then, but I do know that they had the Dollfies themselves before then, but just not the Dollfie Dreams. I mean, Super Dollfies. See, this says
the little guys.
Dollfie,
the little guys were the first ones.
Yeah, so I definitely got to get a scan of this to you. Dollfie
Fan Club.
No something go.
If bring it to me. Slightly up, please. Oh, what is becoming a member of the Dollfie Fan Club? Like, what do you get? Is what it is.
See, like, how do you have all this? Or is it because they're building it so they will come and they're like, we're going to make a whole culture out of this right at the start?
You know what I think this is? This is the pre-VIP system.
Interesting. I maybe there's just
Because
somewhere.
basically, it's the same thing. They're talking about there's a small fee, and you
Yeah.
get access generally to specialty goods.
Okay.
I think that's the pre-VIP system, and then that turned into the VIP member system. Sato Kairi.
Yeah, they at least have that in the English here. Uh, um.
It's a guide to the site Sato Kairi services, I
Oh,
think.
cool. And it has like the original prices on it.
Yeah, that's what makes it really interesting, right? So like hardening line. Oh, there's line removal for like the model line removal is one of the services they provide. I can't read any as all of it clearly at this scale,
Yeah.
but I can make that out in the top line for 50 USD or right now 45 ish. 5,000 yen. You could get the line removal service, which is now default with all of their dolls. Like that just is what they do. They don't have it as an option anymore. I don't think to
No,
not have them have that done.
no. They you can. So
Oh,
it
you can.
yeah. So
I
this
thought
is
it
interesting.
was default these days.
Oh, maybe this is like instructions on how to fill that out. Because there's like
Yeah, this is how to fill out the form that you found
okay.
previously.
Okay.
And
Okay.
what services cost and what are available.
All right.
This
Sweet.
cat. I love this cat.
Super Dollfie Tanoshimi
Kata.
Kata. So like
It's how to have fun with your Super
dolphins.
Dollfie.
Yay! I can speak Japanese. Uh, Super Dollfie ga kyo. It probably like coming home today. I think.
I just got, or it's probably, I just got a Super Dollfie. Like that kind of energy.
Yeah. Oh, I guess I should be coming this way to this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, let's see. Oh yeah, sui bun.
Soon.
Uh, goki gon chiu. I don't know. Nyang. It's hard because it's probably talking in cat talk a little.
It's talking not only in cat talk, but in Kyoto Ben.
Oh my god, there's layers here. I found an onion of Japanese.
It's always an onion of Japanese.
Uh, and then nihan ha. She's just delighted that it's coming home. Oh, I think the cat's a little sad that it's like maybe not getting as much.
Attention.
Let's see. This says suri suri.
So he is rubbing.
Oh, she's so excited about
She's
the
rubbing her
like,
cheek against the box.
That's cute. Does the cat bear any resemblance to Jun Chapchibana's cat? Interesting. I'm not sure. Oddly enough, when I saw him at first, I was thinking like Garfield, but
Well, the mischievous striped cat is a theme.
and then she says, Neko-kun. Uh, Makaze
He might be going
ni
like, "What are you gonna do with it?"
uh,
Is my guess. I can't actually see any of the text, so I do not know for sure.
uh, let's see. Makase ni see. I can't. This cat. I cannot
Bring
understand.
it,
I can't
bring it to me, and
understand.
I'll try. I will try my best. Wait, hold on. Let's see if it'll zoom. Oh, clear.
It's usually Kironeko. I can't remember the June's cat's name particularly though.
Megasen Yasai. Oh, he's being very cute. I think he says, "Let me see."
Oh, that makes sense because he's gonna touch it in it first. And
First, open up the box, is what he's saying.
oh, okay. Oh, this is easier.
And then she. Sorry, that just got me really bad. Like, wait, make Lindsay do it. This is easier.
Yeah.
Nanda is what she's saying. Like, oh, what's this? Mo. I'm having some trouble reading some of her kanji just because of angles and such.
Yeah.
Isn't it sweet? Kara jibun dake no He's like, "Oh, look how cool! It's a Dollfie just for you."
Oh, cute. Oh man, my arms hurt like that. But let's see. There's a second side.
Oh God.
We're almost there.
We're gonna see how much I can actually read. It just needs to focus on
Focus.
it instead of the behind it. Hey. Oh, could you flatten it?
You
It's just the right angle that I can't read the kanji at all.
you
Because
say
it's handwritten. She's like, what?
maybe she's scared because it doesn't have like a wig
A
on her.
doll? First.
Sorry.
That's okay. Also, some of this vocabulary I don't know. Chi o kirei ni shite kara ningyo o subarou nya. Oh, he's saying like the first thing they're gonna do is to clean it up.
Oh, nice. So they're probably removing seam lines and stuff.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Yeah.
それでは説明書に Oh, and then we're going to look at the manual and take it all apart to see how to take it all apart, and then wash everything, and then we can fix once it's all fixed. Like once we fix it, and 少し部分や we'll buff it out. We'll buff out the seam lines. Once that's done, put it all back together again.
And then she's like, yeah.
Oh!
Sube,
She's so
sube.
smooth. She's so smooth, is what she's saying. It feels so smooth. Sube is like something smooth.
Okay, my shoulder. I worked out this week.
We can. That's what this is for. I'm sure there's an easier way to do the thing that we're doing. I can't quite see the middle, unfortunately, because it's a little high.
But that's
from the pictures, I think we can both guess that then talks about, oh, you can do makeup and then everything else.
Yeah, and customize it. And they're like, shit, we want to talk about more. So there's like one last phrase at the left-hand side.
Yeah, it's like,
we'll
isn't it interesting how clearly this is a hand-drawn, handwritten little manual kind of talking you through the steps of what are you supposed to do with this object in this time of early internet, when that was you going to Google going, what do I do, or what is my next, like, this was a category of model crossing over with doll and play that did not exist before.
So they were developing the culture and developing how to interact with the object, and they gave it out instructions with the objects, presumably.
And this is presuming then that they're working with customers who might not be from the modeling community and then not know.
Right, because dolls were usually finished items.
A doll was a finished item, but the company that is Volks did model kits. Yeah. So this is them saying, we want a customer who is not our model kit customer.
So here we are. Which way's... Okay, that way's the head. So feet first or head
feet first?
Feet first?
Feet first.
Surprising no one, her legs have turned a bit in the box. And we can see all the
She's beautiful. All the lovely damage.
Her lips.
Look at her. She looks okay.
Her lips are very bright. She has made it through shipping. We'll see if all the fingers made it through.
The Volks boxes do a nice job.
Okay, I was expecting to hate this face, no lie. Like, to hate the paint.
Every time I see something in person, I change my opinion, whatever my opinion was.
So, like, okay, this light is doing...
Oh, she's really lovely, actually.
Her eyes looked very dark in the photos, but let me adjust the tone of this light and the brightness of it. Yeah, we need that a little down. And what do we got for tones? That's a little too yellow. That's a little too bright. Medium, yellow, bright, medium.
I'd go with the medium. It seems like her face-up is subtle enough that it doesn't come through well on ordinary lighting and photography.
Well, the other thing is, like, I wonder... Focus. I believe in you. I wonder how much of this pigment died down over time, or if it was always that light.
Well, if the rest of the face hasn't dimmed particularly.
Yeah, obviously there's a little bit of yellow to the resin, which it is the as a well-known, and the resin feels nice. Um,
The shape of her face is gorgeous.
so there's something I've got to show you about the shape of this face. The eyes are beautiful. They did not give a lot of white eye like sclera room for the eyes
Hmm.
on these early Volks dolls. Ugh, it's heavy and
Well, they were
pulling.
going by that anime large eyes, full iris.
I think more than that, they were actually. Come on, focus. I'm trying to be. Ugh.
You might want to put your hand behind her so less of the contrasty box and behind her is, or the other way with your palm up so that it's like a
Uh,
flat.
you say this like it's easy.
I'm not there. I don't know. There we are. Almost. Oh, it really likes the advert compared. Oh, it's thinking
There
about
she
it.
is. I
There
got
she
her.
is.
Yeah. So like, what I think it is that I think that's how they set eyes in the traditional Japanese dolls.
Oh, I see what you mean.
So, she has teeth.
She has teeth?
I never knew the original Megu had teeth. Like I couldn't even tell until okay, wait. Yeah,
Oh,
okay.
there it is. She does have teeth.
She has teeth.
Oh, that's very cute. Barbie Witch asks, how does she look in person? In terms of like the resin's color,
So
I think is
I do
what
not.
Barbie Witch is interested.
Let me turn up the light so it's better for me.
And Jay Louise is also asking, how heavy does she feel?
She feels very heavy, actually. Okay, so here's max brightness for me, and I'm sure this looks terrible for you guys. And then
Not bad at
yellow.
all. The camera's adjusting.
Okay, so her head actually looks more yellow than the rest, which might be a symptom of the clear coat on it be yellowing itself as well at a different
If she
rate.
was ever displayed, that's where the clothing would have been too.
Yeah. So like she seems about the same amount of yellow to be honest. Actually a little less yellow in some ways than my dolls that I've had in my hand that were normal skin from approximately the year 2008. Yes, she is yellow. So let me restore the lighting that creates a better capture here.
Do you have a fresher? Oh, you're pretty stuck where you are. I was wondering if you had a more recent, paler resin to compare her to, just so the camera can see the difference.
I mean,
She's definitely very yellow compared to her white pillow.
yeah, I mean, yes. she she is in fact yellow. Okay, so now let's demummify her. I'm particular of interest is how intact
The little tiny bits,
the fingers are. Yes, fingers. I mean, the ears are good. I think I
teeth
might just
intact.
be able to slide this down. And here is doll nudity. I forgot to grab her outfit, but oh well, we'll figure that out. This kind of is out of place.
That
Okay, got
look
that
at
back.
that hip joint.
Okay, so I just bonged my
Oh, Jay Louisa asked, how heavy does she feel?
heaviness. I'll get an actual weight on her at some point here because that's probably interesting. So I had an SD13, and the SD13 might have been all ever so much heavier, but not by a lot. Wow, the belly button is really
Is
concave
it
in there.
cute?
Yeah. So this is a little loose, obviously, for the stringing. I don't think it's the original leather in there,
I would be shocked if the original stringing was in there.
but I can tell this one, she has actually had her seam lines removed. So those are gone. So all of our seam
So
lines.
either her owner did that, or they did the Sato Kai. Well, they didn't do the Sato Kairi service because they still had the paperwork.
You're right. So it was probably done by the owner. You can see that there's evidence of glue on the head, probably for in efforts to hold on that
Wig.
yes, which is so very cool.
I'm seeing some like discoloration. Is that just glue?
Yes, they mentioned that here. So here,
Oh, she's
um,
squeaky.
She is. On the hand, they mentioned that there was some glue showing, probably from where it broke and they redid it.
Mm-hmm.
So if I pull out here, gosh, as I break the
Oh
leather,
wow! And you can see
the way that
the old system with the string.
yeah, and it's also, you can see the sueding that is in there.
Oh, she's been sueded.
So
Very fancy.
the original way that a lot of these dolls were given friction to aid in their posability, and she's posing really nice to be honest, um,
For her age.
was to add pilver suede, which was actually animal skin processed. And here we can see it very well. Oh wow. And it's very well done. Um and
Maybe she has had Slept services.
it's true that they could have just walked her in to the service. Is there, I'm looking on the inside and I'm like, is there fibers I'm seeing? What is this? Oh, do I have my phone nearby? I have it kind of nearby. I need
If
my.
there was water damage, if there's anything fuzzy, that could be
Nah,
mold.
I think what I see is just fibers from the I know this looks terrible for her, but I swear. So I see white and I see white on the inside.
White.
White flakiness. Huh.
That makes me kind of want you to just take her apart and scrub her real good.
Yeah, I'm on the same wavelength as you. All this I want to keep all the leather, but
Well, even without soaking her, you could take her apart so you can get in there with a bottle brush.
yeah, definitely. So I'm definitely gonna scrub her literally inside and out. Uh,
Yeah, the trick will be to be careful around the face up so that that's maintained, which I don't think the head's going to be too much of an issue.
so funny you mentioned that. Um, get this back in place. Um, so when you're trying to clean an antique or older item, you always want to use the right. Oh, this thing's shifted. Gosh darn it. You always want to use the right balance between a solvent that'll take
Mm-hmm.
the stuff you don't want away and something that's not harsh enough that'll help. A lot of times they work down and down until they find the thing that's the right amount of solvent without being harsh enough. Guess what? That is like one of the last ditch things they have before just using water or like a physically splitting the like with a knife the grime from the thing.
Is it Dawn Bishop?
No, it
Is it
is
a type of grease?
no,
I give up.
it is human saliva.
Oh, we're good at that. It's a protein dissolver.
Exactly, it's designed to dissolve proteins and fats.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you there was this
So
wonderful,
you're telling me you might have to lick the doll.
I might have to literally give her a spit shine, at least for the face.
Mm.
I will research how to do that properly, obviously.
Don't just willy nilly go like hoppa.
just bring doll to face and insert
Just lick like a cat.
that
No.
I'm cleaning my baby. No, there would be a little bit more scientific than that. Probably, make sure my mouth is thoroughly clean. Using a Q-tip and removing, and then once Q-tipping is done, bringing out, bringing it back to receive solvent, and so on and so forth. Yeah, J. Louisa said, ew. It's kind of crazy, but yeah, it does work. There was this wonderful show uh, that I saw that was on. It was a British television show, and I was mad because I couldn't get more episodes because I didn't have a VPN or anything to stream it. And all they did was receive things into this workshop that were antiques and like fix them.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so yeah, yeah, yeah. So, okay. I feel like it's a little. Do we need more light? I don't know. We'll bring it up a little for this purpose. So here we are. Here she is. She is.
Her legs look a little bowed. Is that just me?
It's not just you, but it's the nature. I figured it could have been one of two things. One, it could just be heat and how it is, but it also is like the nature of the doll. Because
Mm-hmm.
of the circles here, there's no spot where it wants to stay salt, and there's no spot where it wants to settle into. Also, similar to the early Lishi and a lot of early ball jointed dolls, the forward profile has the ball joint extending beyond the profile of the doll. It becomes less noticeable in the sitting position, which is probably where they assume these dolls would be normally sat and things like that. I mean, people make soup out of those birds' nests that they make of their spit. Yeah, that is true. There's various other things that are spit that we eat on a regular basis, like honey. Honey's just bee spit, right?
They chew it up and they go bleh.
Yeah,
It's pre-digested sugar.
yeah, yeah. So, yeah, there's a lot of things that are less
Secretly
savory.
spit.
There's a lot of things that are secretly spit. There's a lot of things that are less savory than you would hope.
So the joint seems to be taking into mind an idea that most of their display life will be sitting, but this is
Yes.
where the ball and ball jointed doll really comes from.
Yeah. Now, it's it's also she is kind of tightly strung, to be honest. I wonder if they restrung her before they
But
sent
she
her.
must be restrung. That is not original.
Well, I mean, just before because they mentioned she was light. Maybe they saw it was going to Bai and they were like, "Nah, Americans don't know how to restring this. We'll do it for them." I don't know.
No, no, I don't think so.
Ah, she's quite lovely. Like, so there's these little extra. I'm gonna need the light down on this to increase the contrast for the sculpt items. So right here, maybe if I bring a flashlight to it. Uh, can I? Okay, right there towards the armpit, there's these two little lines kind of showing how the skin overlaps towards there. And then to increase contrast here, there is beautiful sculpting in and around the ribs as well. Just very gorgeous. I am mighty enough to be a I don't know enough about this to know whether this is quite a good thing. I mean, I know he's the protagonist, so hopefully a good thing.
He goes mlem and go blap and he heals people.
Oh. Okay, very good then.
Very direct correlation.
uh, so Barbie Wish asked, aren't you potentially introducing bacteria and stuff onto a porous-ish surface, though? That's a great question, and that's why I gotta research it a bit. It also could be something where you would do this and then, put it in something cold or refrigerated or without air or things like that so that you don't have that continue. But honestly, she doesn't need that much cleaning for that. I'm mostly concerned about the interior. Um, Eventually, I did take some old, old videos of the interior of a different doll with a similar composition that I didn't end up keeping at the time just because I didn't have the money for it. And it was a head that I wasn't in love with. And there's a lot of interesting things that they did for markings, which I'm wondering if they exist on this doll or if they were introduced later as an anti-counterfeiting measure. Oh my god, she's so heavily strung. How do you get this head cap off? Holy Okay, ow. I'm going to pinch my fingers and I don't want to break the edges of this.
Do you have forceps?
I do, but this is gonna be one of those things where I need to like we might need to make this a two-parter. Um
We can do that.
where I disassemble her gently because it might be actually easier for me to because if this is going down through here, so it might be this is holding onto the tension of both legs.
Mm. So if you remove, say, a foot,
It'll actually reduce the tension, so this would be easier.
mm-hmm.
Unless, do you guys want me to just disassemble her now? Because I can just grab what I need for that.
Oh, what would be your next step if you didn't?
Maybe just get an outfit on her, just so she feels like a part of the family. Oh, and she definitely needs her wig on. Goodness.
I think maybe we should see her complete before we start taking her apart.
That's probably a great idea. So,
So does she come with an outfit, or do you have one prepared for her?
well, I have.
Because it looks like in the box it's just her.
Yes.
Is that how she would have come at that time?
There was actually clothing slips that I knew eventually came with them, but I don't know if they originally came with them. So,
Ooh, interesting.
so I do have to tame this wig a little, but and I do have to devise a way of it fitting on her perhaps a little better, but it does
I
look,
really love that style of like very nearly the print he may cut hairstyle.
yeah, she looks lovely. She is entrancing. I thought I would hate the very flat painted style, but I don't.
There's something very mysterious for me, especially with these items as three-dimensional figures. When I see Volks in a photograph, I rarely like them. It's when I see them in person that they get me.
Okay.
Almost every time.
Here's what I forgot to mention, and I gotta show it to you. Original Volks Megu. Come on, arms. I believe in you. She poses so well with all that. Okay.
Like she has a very natural head tilt.
Let me try to get it as even as I can in this camera. Her nose is not symmetrical.
Hmm.
The left side of her nose, so our right, goes a little lower and has a little more of an underhangy part than the other side. And
That really talks to being hand carved, hand done.
yeah, so before all this 3D sculpting, sculpt the one side and the other side to get that sculpted kind of stuff, it is something very unique about them, about the original ones, which I had seen many, many years in the past and I had forgotten. So, since this lovely lady's in a kimono, should she end up in a kimono or should we put her in the dress slip first?
Do the dress slip first.
Okay. Yeah, let me go get that. I don't know why I didn't pick it up in front in the meantime, but in the meantime, I'll give you front and center as long as I, didn't delete that from my inventory. Let's see here. Doop doop doo doop doop doo. Let's see. Local center, guest center. Perfect.
It's me. Hello.
And it's my empty chair, but I'm gonna just leave that there so I don't
That's
break
okay.
anything. So nothing gets broken. And I can even make you
I'll talk to chat. You go do things, I'll talk to chat.
a little bigger. And you
So
can
we're going to go. I'll be in the middle eventually.
yeah, I'm waiting.
I agree with you, Barbie Witch, that owner
Ah,
photos always do seem to do a better job than the Volks, like the ones that they do themselves. Sometimes they look good, like the Miku photos tend to, like their Dollfie Dream are
ruining everything.
um tend to be pretty good. The most recent release that they have of the Alice Alpha No Final Fantasy 14 collab, two siblings, I am sure those faces and those face ups look a lot better in person. There's something about the way they photographed them that makes them very flat, which I'm assuming is partly due to the type of camera they're using right now.
There we go.
There's a type of lens that will flatten an image, which is sometimes complimentary on a human face, but I think on these particular dolls is not actually that great. The scale you're working at kind of restricts what you have available. But there's something about you. A lot of their photographs they'll do, or at least especially originally, like in Megu's era, that they would do of the dolls themselves, did not bring to life the delicacy of them in person. I didn't like Dollfie Dreams for a while because I'd never encountered one in person. I'd only seen the images, and I completely changed my opinion once I don't know if Saber was the first Dollfie Dream I saw in person. I don't remember which one it was, but seeing it in person and in its space completely changed my opinion on how that face worked and what it looks like. For example, I have Lena Inverse, which is the only Dollfie Dream that I have, unless and intend to have, due to a variety of factors, mostly called not having money for them, unless it's very special. But she's beautiful in person. She was a little like they did a nice job on her photographs too, but she's beautiful in person. It's interesting to compare how the Megu sort of sits and moves compared to the more modern versions of those joints that Volks has been working on over and over again. Barbie Wish says, yeah, there have been so many times when their dolls look so bleh until you see them. It's like, how did you manage to make this doll look so one-dimensional? I know! Speaking of Miku, what is the book Volks USA has on pre-order with Miku on the cover till the end of the month? That is a great question. Let me go check that out, Louise. I saw that in passing when I was checking out the previews for the July releases of the outfit collection that's coming up, which has some really cute things going on. Let's see, Volks USA. I can't change you to see my screen, but that is all right. I can chat at you while I'm looking this up, Louisa. I have a feeling it's probably just their normal promotional material, but let's take a look. If Volks will let me look at their store. Hold on. Sometimes I have to fight them sending me to the US version of things. Let's Dollfie Dream. Oh, it's the 20th anniversary. It's a collection of the releases over the 20 years as a celebration of their anniversary, from what I understand, Louisa. As I'm taking a look at this. So it's a book kind of going through all about the Dollfie Dream. Let's see. It includes its assembly. It's almost like a guidebook, it looks like, too, because it talks about how to disassemble them, how to do various things, but how to do face-ups on them, wig care, advice on poses, a review of their history. Ooh, this is something that, if Becca's listening, she might be actually interested in this book for this. There's a roundtable discussion between Akihiro Enku, who we were just talking about, and some of the Zokemura company's up-and-coming staff is part of that book, which is highly interesting. I can't think of a single interview with Akihiro-san that I can think of, or Enku-san that I can think of. Let's see, postcard cover design. So if you pre-order the book from Volks, you get a postcard featuring the Miku on the cover. And there's a special optional, there's a Dollfie Dream head that is only open to people who buy the book, as well as a type of ponytail hair clip. That's really Fancy. 112 pages. Man. So it's in pre-order right now to the end of June for only like 2,400 yen, which is like what, $19 or so right now, USD. That's right up Becca's alley, actually, the kind of information in this. I'll have to point it out to her when she comes back. Thanks for bringing it to my attention, Louisa, so I could put my eyes on it for you. So that's up for pre-order right now. Miku's such a really pretty release. I really like her when I see her in person. I'm not like a Miku fan or a Miku person, but the Miku Dollfie Dream is very nice looking. Let's see, what else is Volks up to right now? Now that we're looking at the present, they've got the Alice Alpha Note up for pre-order. $24 of Volks USA. Oof. Upcharging us. The yen's not that strong right now. I love that they're returning to the Masamune and Tsunena, like the Meiji era boys that they are re-releasing. That's really fun to see them doing that right now. Anyone else have any other questions, things to look into? I have some passing Japanese knowledge, so you're like, what's this? I can usually figure it out. They're really pulling out all the stops for the 20th anniversary, which I'm not surprised by. They survived quite the economic times in Japan. Let's see what else we got going on over here. Guess I can talk about my Goyle. Well, Becca's. Oh, good, Barbie Witch. Considering what I'm starting to understand about you, you seem someone who's very interested in the history of Volks also. So this sounds like something that might be up your alley. Of course, everything in that book should be in Japanese. Oh, I had a lovely chance to interview with talking about the experience of Volks in Japan. With Shizu-san talking about what my dream Dollfie Dream would be. And for me, it would be a Zelos to go along with my Lena. He's a purple-themed, kind of amoral character from the same series. And seeing what they did with Lena, he's like a very dear character in my heart. I would die. I don't know what modern property would really get me, though, as badly as they got me with Lena. Lena really got me bad. I was like, I'm never going to own a Dollfie Dream. Lena shows up in pre-order. Well, I guess I'm going to own Dollfie Dream now. It's basically what happened there. If I could choose, I would choose to have them make me the perfect Zelos, and then I wouldn't have to make it. I'm actually not as much of a fan of Gary. Zelos is just a very near and dear character for me. I like Gary fine. Especially in the era he was everything about the Slayer's property, as we're going to go briefly into my special interest, is meant to be a send-up commentary parody of the tropes that were very popular in light novels at the time. There's a place that the Slayer's novels comes out of is one of the booms of playing Dungeons and Dragons in Japan when it got released over there. And in Japan, well, today we have an actual play system where people will play D&D on stream so you can see how it's played. In Japan, they do script-like play records that you can read, where it's like someone's name and like this is what they were saying and doing in character. And part of that was this big boom in fantasy and sort of like popcorn fantasy at the time. So there was a lot of light like magazine chapter a week release novels coming out, where you would get a magazine, and just like how in manga you have every week you have all your manga pages chapter for the week, you would have your chapter of the story for the week. And in Dragon magazine was at the time the publication that was doing a lot of like fantasy stuff at that time. And then the writer of Slayers did Slayers as a partially as a commentary and parody of what was happening. So Gowry as the male protagonist, but he's not that smart. And he's not actually like the classical image of the lead swordsman, but that our lead character is Lena, who's this small, fiery magic user who likes to explode things, was very much a direct, not attack on, but very much like a in discussion with the tropes that were popular at the time. And in that context, I love Gowry. Gowry is a great character. I love his interactions, the way he's written, the fact that while he's presented as a simple person, he's actually a very smart person just about specific things in specific ways, and he's emotionally smart in a way that Lena isn't sometimes. And he's like, the way their dynamic works is really fun for me. But if I wanted a doll, it's Zelos. What they're more likely to do, I would be shocked if they don't someday do Naga, like you're mentioning, J. Louisa. They have the dynamite bust. It would fit with her entire, like, the way she looks. Volks has done a lot of stuff based on the original Slayers piece, where it was just the duo of Naga and Lena together, and then that got popular. Then Lena got her own series in a different context, is what I think happened there. But she'd be easy. She's a gimme. Her outfit's like barely on her for a variety of reasons that are supported in lore in a tongue-in-cheek way. But I don't even know how they would do Gowry to match Lena in the Dollfie Dream universe of bodies that they have available. They'd have to make a whole brand new body. But Zelos is easy because he's just a little guy. Volks should listen to me. Let's see, Barbie Witch. The Volks made this enormous 5-star stories doll maybe a year before the release Super Dollfie. I wish they'd make a 5. Oh my god, right? I appreciate, Barbie, what you know what 5-star stories is, but the style that it's drawn in would translate beautifully into a Dollfie Dreams. I totally agree with you. That would be really lovely. I think I was talking. I don't think I was directly talking to Shizu-san, but at one point in a stream, I think we got him off topic again onto 90s anime that we'd love to see, and Ray Earth was one of them, and I would love them to see them do the 3 Ray Earth girls. They would have the bodies to do the range of heights. It would be very cute. I think it'd be really great. Pie in the Sky Dream would be them to do something from Clamp, but I don't think they're going to have that ability, nor have the interest. Clamp's sort of an older fandom sort of situation at this point. Man, Barbie Witch, I am also on that. I kind of want to rewatch Slayers now that I've been talking glowingly about it. I know there's the 2 new seasons they made fairly recently, and I actually haven't seen those yet because I kind of felt like they'd ended the story in an interesting place already, and they have to go into this whole different direction and kind of recreate the drama, and it's not really based on the novels, and the novels have plenty more. Slayer's Try completely did its own thing. The novels did their own thing in that part, and I really still intend to go back and read the ones I picked up in Japan ages ago. I have a set of the original novels that I keep intending to read and not quite getting around to that project. Oh, the Belle Dandy release was really good, J. Louisa. I thought for a hot minute about like going after her. She wasn't too terribly out of date when I was in Japan. Belle Dandy was gorgeous. I really liked her, and her face came out really well. Watching the chat as I know there's a slight delay. Actually, the delay has not been too bad today, so I'm pretty impressed, YouTube. Their servers are working hard, or hardly working, one or the other. Yeah, I agree with you, Jaylee. So I do like the original animation style, though I do like seeing them the designs they went to in the different studio simplify things out a little bit, which I don't mind. But I'm also the person who goes, "Oh, movie Lena's outfit was the best one," so I like a complicated look to her. I was sort of bummed about this Sailor Moon didn't get to be a Super Dollfie. Yes, I know. I understand why they were Dollfie Dreams. Dollfie Dream is sort of the place that they do that in. Their collaborations outside of the Disney ones have been mostly in Dollfie Dream, which I understand why they're doing that and why that works. I love that they did everybody though. Well, they did all the inner senshi. I don't think they didn't do any of the outer senshi, right? If they did, because I know if they did Pluto, that would be another kryptonite for me because she's has a very special place for me. The outer senshi are sort of the ones that I'm most emotionally attached to. Oh, a Princess Serenity Super Dollfie would be so amazing. And the outfit would be pristine. It wouldn't have a lot of complicated bits to it, but it would be pristine. It would be really cute. Totally agree with you about Rose of Versailles. I thought about it for a hot minute. I did not have the money in the right place at the time, but the Rose of Versailles, oh, I can't I'm bad with names. I'll lose things that I know all the time. But the main character, she's gorgeous. I love that she has the custom bust. She looked so good. I would have loved to have her. I want to see them do Tiana's princess dress, Louisa, now that you're talking about that.
Does anyone else have those moments where you reorganize your entire stash of doll stuff and then you can't find the one thing you're looking for?
Yes.
Yeah,
I assume that's what happened to you.
yeah, I don't know where I put the doll slip, like the slip that I've seen them come in. I swear I own one. It's somewhere.
I believe you.
I don't.
Well, I guess we're just gonna have to put her in her kimono and she gets to go straight to fancy.
Yeah, straight to fancy it seems. Let's
We've
see.
been discussing a lot of the collaborations and sort of our dream collaborations that Volks could do and sort of the ones that we've seen and things like that. We talked about Slayers for a hot minute because of course we did. Because I mentioned Lena and then off we went.
So,
Barbie Witch and I think, have very similar taste in 90s anime, so that's been very delightful.
oh, good.
Oh, Bart, before we move back into things, Barbie Witch is mentioning she loves, or they love, the Takarazuka stage shows, which are pristine. And interestingly enough, the first Volks I ever owned, which is another secondhand through a good friend of Becca's, is meant to evoke the Takarazuka look, which is part of why I love her. She's right next to me, but I won't. Maybe we'll take a look at her later.
Let me try and fix this. No, let's see. Go here, go here, go. Uh, then, gosh.
Oh, thank you for your pronouns, Barbie Witch. I wanted to make sure I wasn't making presumptions.
Okay. Okay, we're back to normal.
If we have some time at the end, Barbie Witch, I'll do, since I have her next to me, I'll show you the girl that I have that's Takarazuka inspired.
Oh, my cat is inspecting Megu.
Well, as well he should. It probably is full of good smells.
I'm sure, I'm sure. So I brought this in so we could confirm, yes, that looked like that was no.
Oh. She's cute.
Now this is a more contemporary one. There is some older versions of no in this book. Or it could be, let's see. Now that's when they started painting them nicer. Sorry, saying it like it is.
That's why I cackled. Oh, look at that. Take a pause on that page with this beautiful kimono.
I know, they're nice.
I love the
Here-
Shrine Maiden outfit. I am a sucker for that look.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
I'm also a sucker for the arrow
Yeah.
fletching pattern on the other one.
Yeah, this here is a dead ringer for this look right here. So I think that is the same. That is no. Old school no.
Delightful. Oh, Becca,
Mhm.
there's right now up for pre-order a book from Volks that you might want.
Yes, already done.
Oh, okay, good. The one with Miko on the cover?
Yes. Yeah, no worries
Okay,
there.
good. All right, I just had to make sure.
Yeah, we're good. We're good. Don't
Louisa
worry.
was asking what it was, so I went to lug and I was like, wait a minute, hold on.
Oh, I wanted to show you something that's a little sad, a little cool about when I got this book.
Yeah.
Or I got something and I got this in it. Tenchi no Sumika, Angel's Nest in LA, open.
Oh, no. 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 Ow. That makes me sad.
Yep.
No.
Copyright 2005, Volks.
Oh, we had the dream for a little while.
I never made it there. I never got that stamp. But
Never made it there. Never will.
okay, I need some.
Oh, I like the antique style, the kimono you've got lined up.
Mm.
I think that'll match her very nicely.
At first, I thought I had one that was like a pinkish version of this, but then I realized
Oh.
that was the MSD. So,
Oh, that's not gonna work.
oops. So
Well,
yeah.
now you need to get MSD Miku. Or Megu, rather.
No. We good. We good. MSD Megu, I think it's just technically like Mew, like which is the FO1 of that. So first things first, let's get this a little bit more legal. Um,
Get her legal. We're already demonetized if we were monetizing, which we aren't.
yeah, I gain no money from this hobby. Trust me.
It's a one way.
It's one way street.
It's one way.
Unless I start printing dolls a little bit, I might be able to get a little something back, but then I have to make sure I just retain enough from that to
The doll printing's really cool.
pay the taxes at the end of the year. I'm wondering if this stuff that I'm seeing in here was almost like modification to allow for additional posing here.
You mean like taking out some of the resin from the inside?
Yeah.
Oh, so like resin dust.
No. I mean, with how this hip joint is like there.
Oh!
Yeah, I don't know what that's like traditionally, but yeah. Okay, here she is.
Here she is. Da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba.
Let's do this. It's gonna be easier. It'd be easier if I had a legit, like, flat surface to work on. Something like that.
Here you are.
Not the best, but
Is there any way you can scoot yourself north?
yeah, there is. There is, in fact.
That way you don't have to worry as much. There you are.
All right, so let's get her. Let's get her dressed up a little. Is there a cat in here that I'm just covering? Yes. The answer is yes.
Well, he seems fine with it. One of my favorite things to do is be like, so here's my friend's 3 cats. Figure out which one isn't the same as the others. And then to list their names out.
Pizza. All
Sauce.
right. So here we go.
I love that his name is Pizza Sauce.
It's a very good name. I wish I could take credit for that, but I cannot.
I know whose fault it is.
Well, it's a combination of our friends, actually.
Oh, that's right. You got Pizza Sauce when you had our one friend staying with you.
Right, but it was actually like slightly the fault of our our, our one friend who kind of always wanted to name a cat Pizza Sauce, and then Jesse was like, "Can I use that name? 'Cause we have a cat now." And
And thus it was.
yeah. All right, so this is some cool stuff. I have several. No, Hippo, do not chew the plastic. Oh, it's spitty. Kitty, no spitty.
Bits. I don't want spit to be the bit.
Mm.
I don't want it.
Oh.
No, Becca.
Hippo's here, and he's decided to chew on things. So yeah. So yes. Okay, here we go. Eventually, these bags will tear and just die, but it's whatever.
Your best.
Hippo, I see you going towards the more crinkly plastic, and you are not allowed, sir. However, if I close that door, I will just become a puddle of a human being. So you're gonna have to just, like, get distracted by something else for a little while.
Oh, there's a third cat. The chat is appreciating your naming choices.
Oh,
That is
yeah.
Jumper.
Climber, yeah.
Climber. Wow, what am I doing?
So this
Climber,
goes in.
hippo, pizza sauce.
This goes in the center.
To help
And
pad out the waist.
yes.
To help achieve the conical sort of look that you want with kimono.
Not that she needs it that much, because she's much more conical than the SD13 or other sizes, but
Mm-hmm. You do it on people too, though.
yeah.
That's how you get that look. You are padded out.
And I will pull. And there we go. We got this going on. And I don't know if they made for the old school dolls the tabi feet or not, but find out.
That feels like something that was later.
It might have been, or it might have just come out with like the special edition ones. Like
Mm.
there was, like, you saw the special kimono releases.
Mm-hmm.
Pizza sauce was secretly one of the samurai pizza cats. I just saw on Big Bad Toy Store they have a samurai pizza cat's like limited edition statue right now, kind
Do
of
they
thing.
really?
Like statue figure kind of thing, and I'm like,
That's wild.
yeah, no, these might get a little yellow or dirty touching her, but you know what? I don't care. She's worth it.
Are the default girls, like the ones that you can buy all the time, which exist, still technically a version of the Megu face?
The one, they all have like little notes of it, but they've since retired Megu, Hirosara, Nana, and Megu from the default line. They were there through at least 2006, 2008 or so, but they then retired them, brought in 4 new girls, and then 4 new girls have been in since then. Don't feel too old.
I'm trying not to. And I don't think they are all individual faces now, because the mouths are different on them. I ended up on that end of the website because I was curious. I was like, wait a minute. The one of them, Chio in particular, looks a lot like Megu.
Perhaps if you go onto a site called, I don't know,
I
ningyobingo.com and the Neo Angel Den, it actually might even tell you which full custom service sculpts are analogous to previous and current doll standard models.
What a strange and mysterious thing most people should absolutely do right now.
Okay, where's the... Okay, that's the main part of the obi, that's the other part of the obi. This is done in a few parts. And we have this part, which is going to be a little hard for her to use because she's a little bigger, but we're going to make it work. These guys were a little bit wider.
Chunkier.
And you can see here how it kind of goes out before it comes in. And unfortunately, once I get this clothing on her, she will lose visibility on the joints, so it's going to be harder for me to know what the heck her legs are doing underneath it all.
They're gonna just spin
And pinch clothing and whatever else. Could I have left the underwear off? Yes, perhaps. It might have actually made this part easier, but whatever. Alright. We're in. We're in. Alright.
We've hacked it.
Database. Let's see
The
here.
database has been hacked.
And according to my instructions, I do believe my next step is to wrap this around.
The interesting challenge with doll clothes, at least for me and how I engage with them, is I have a tension between really loving tiny, realistic details
Yeah.
in terms of fastenings and layers, and then the demands of scale.
Yeah. And part of the reason why they did this is they did this on at the point where they were really just trying to make lines of clothing that were worked cross between um the Dollfie Dreams, the SD16s, and the Super Dollfies and Super Dollfie 13s. So this means
Mm-hmm.
that your length is variable by a lot when you do it in two pieces like this.
That's true. That's a clever way to help solve that problem
So
by disengaging the two pieces from each other.
this is done in that way for that reason. She's gonna look so good at this. I'm kind of really
She's really meant for this.
she's gonna look like a wonderful traditional Japanese doll, and I'm like really excited for it.
I'm enjoying this process of you slowly falling more in love with her than you expected.
I don't want to. Because I don't like. There's a part of me that's like, well, I'll just bring her out for conventions, and I don't need to have a spot to display her all the time. But like, oh my god, she's killing it.
Unfortunately, she's good.
25 years old. This doll can drink.
My gosh.
1999. That's what I was hoping to show you guys on the back of her head sculpt, and by the capture from the the website is the 1999 uh thing on the back of the head cap, which eventually I will show you guys. Um, perhaps we'll do a part two to give ourselves some sleeps and things like that, and then come back to it.
Sounds like a fair idea.
Yeah, we can do a part two of this, and I can disassemble her ahead of time, and I can engineer a way to. I can pre-take pictures. Actually, that might be easier than trying to figure out how to light and on video show all these things. So we can
Might
kind
be
of
a good way to do it. And then you can focus on the disassembly rather than the presentation.
yeah, it'll be easier to do that in two parts. Okay, here we go, lady. Megu is probably just going to be named Megu, which is kind of
I think
funny.
she's earned it.
Cause yeah, she's had the same name for 25 years. Why do I change it now? Cause little Megu is also named Megu. So that's fine. It's just big sister and little sister. It's fine. Kind of like how sometimes you have two cousins and they're like have the same name, and one ends up being like big cousin Bob, and the other one ends up being little cousin Bob. But they're both Bob. But the one gets the little.
Or one gets to be Robert and one is Bob.
Well, maybe that wasn't the best choice to describe. But yes, one gets to be little and one gets to be the full size.
Yes. There's
Yeah.
Chibi Megu and Megu-chan.
Megu.
It's like Chibi Chibi with Sailor Moon.
It's kind of. I would almost call it Megu Chan and Megu San.
Oh, you know what is Megu-san and Megu-chan?
Yeah. I mean, she's 25 years old. She can be a san.
I guess she could be Megu Ani,
Ani?
like older sister.
Yeah, yeah.
Megu Ani and then Megu-chan as the little sister.
So there's good things and bad things about this era of Volks clothing trying to fit everyone. Because the problem with fitting everyone is it doesn't fit anyone exactly perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to really futz with this, and there's no like snap to get it to sit exactly where you want it to here. And I would love to show you guys at some point the difference between my two eras of kimono for the MSD, where you can see the difference between the two as well, because that was right between the eras, but when they went from the uh, mini Super Dollfie and Super Dollfie Meaty. which
Mm.
so they tried to make the one fit the both. Okay, so then this goes in through this little hole here. It's interesting because usually I have them standing up to do this. Oh my god, she looks so amazing. It fits right with her visual aesthetic of her face and the style of how her face is
Hmm.
painted. Like, holy crud. I should have.
And it fits in with your kind of long-term delight with the traditional dolls. I think we're discovering you were always meant to fall in love with this.
Ah.
Too bad. You're doomed.
I mean, I wanted
You were
her.
always doomed from the start.
I'm doing an okay job at this with her laying down. Sometimes I have them on a stand for this,
Hmm.
which kind of helps a little bit.
Makes it a little bit easier to coordinate.
Yeah. Yes, baby kitty. Yes, baby kitty. Baby kitty. Baby kitty. Come say hi. No. Hi,
Denied.
hi, hippo. Don't eat my wig.
That's a fruitless request.
I mean, no, because if he does, I will have words. They will not be kind words. So like here, you can see that they actually have two sets of eyelets for the narrower like waist and the larger waist.
Hmm.
So that's how they managed to do this. Is there a spot? No, I think this one just gets pinned on in the end. So, oh my god.
Barbie Witch is mentioning. Well, first, she's suggesting Megu Pion, like with idol singers. Um, and is commenting like the first time she saw. Like, we've been talking about this off and on. Where I like for me also like the first time I see them in photographs did not communicate how
Yeah.
gorgeous they are. Um, that the first time she saw them, she's like, "Ew, they look like porcelain dolls." But then they grew on her, and then once again blaming the flat photography. Yeah, I agree. I
Yeah.
think something about how they're often lit in the studio. Like I think it's better now, but the like earlier photographs and the studio lighting they had just washed all the beautiful dimension and detail off.
Which is kind of funny because I was actually just reading through one of my more antique ones the other day, books, and it actually had a whole section about how to light for the studio.
Interesting.
Yeah, so we're almost there, would you believe?
I do believe you're doing the fancy bit that goes on the top.
I am. I should have grabbed one of the silicone head things, but I don't know if it would have fit anyway. Hey, Pizza.
True.
Pizza, you want to come on camera?
No.
As I shift the camera. Hey, baby. Hey, baby. How are you, son? How are you, baby? Yeah. How you feel about it? How you really feel? How you really feel? How you really feel? Good boy. Oh, it looks like she's dancing.
Oh, it does look like a very traditional. The
Oh
this one.
my god.
Barbie is saying you have far more patience than I do. I ended up selling the kimono I had for my dolls. I am not proud of myself.
I
Like
have.
everyone's taste and patience and even your dexterity ability might be different. And some things are harder to put together. And if you're not enjoying it and someone else would enjoy it more, there's no harm in sending it on.
I planned on getting more kimono once I. Maybe I should do a square knot here and then tuck it. I don't
Oh,
know.
that'd be cute. I tend to just like wind it around itself and then tuck the ends in, if that makes sense as a statement.
Yes, to kind of give it some contrast.
To give it a little twist,
Yeah.
which I think is what sometimes happens there.
Yeah, it's usually displayed with a single wrap, but I think she's a little chonkier than the average that kind of does here. Oh, I we're gonna we're gonna phone this in a little.
We can't phone it in. We're on Discord.
Ayo. Oh my gosh.
Look, the school year is over. I'm free.
Oh my gosh. Okay,
All
so
of the children gremlin energy, it has to go somewhere else.
so I want to display her, but I want to display her with the benefit of gravity on her side, and I did not bring. Again, I did not bring the brush. Let me just
She looks so hecking good.
try to tame this a little with just my fingers here. Just tame it, tame it, tame it. Unlike somebody who's not tame. Baby. Baby.
As you're doing this, I'm also going through the Volks USA, what's remaining in the outfit section, and reminding myself that the egg sushi plush pouch for the OSDs exists.
Oh, I have, I have I don't have the egg one. I don't have the tamago, but
You have the shrimp one, don't you?
I do have the shrimp one, the original shrimp one.
I do like the shrimp one a little bit more.
Yeah, but my favorite food is eggs, so yeah, this wig.
Yeah, Barbie says that was kind of it. I have MS and meat fingers and it was hard to fiddle with and make it look nice. Yeah, no, legit. Some of the fastenings as well as the smaller details of some outfits and the way they're designed really presume a certain amount of dexterity that doesn't include things like having manual dexterity issues or tremors or any other reason that might make it a little harder. Especially those tiny, tiny snaps. They're a pain in the butt, and I am lucky enough to have fully working hands.
Like, look at how well she's like posing here and holding the pose with this pilver. It's so amazing. Oh my gosh.
Yes, Barbie Witch, bust out your Megu out of jail. Do you have an original Megu, or is it one of the later releases? That's really cool. She looks... Oh, that hair, though. You can really see the influence of the traditional doll in her, especially dressed like this.
Yeah, yeah. I was thinking, man, I need to get her a kimono, but maybe I don't. Maybe this is what she lives in.
I think this kimono was meant for her. Because it's the antique, so it goes along with her yellowing.
It does. And it has like a little bit of off-whiteness to it and everything, too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. Girl.
Look at her.
Girl. Yosti Megu, like the people have on my... Yeah, so...
Oh, I totally feel you on that with Barbie Witch. There's some things where it's like, it's just not made for you. Don't make fun of it.
So these two technically have the same skin tone, but like obviously the formula changed a bit between them.
Mm-hmm. They've been working really hard to try to use chemical technology to interact with that issue, with the UV and the pigment and the way things happen.
I will say on the MSD Megu, there's a bit more of the pink remaining in the tone. All right.
Mm-hmm.
If y'all will bear with me for a moment and not get seasick, I'm going to try to turn this camera vertical.
And then we can see them next to each other.
So we can see her under the influence of gravity here.
Under the influence. She's too... Well, nope, she is old enough to drink.
She is, in fact, old enough to drink and drive, but not at the same time, people. Oh my god, I'm so warm.
Is the house struggling with the heat wave we've been dealing with?
Oh, I forgot. This is upside down as a filter.
Upside down.
Bouncing off the
Upside down.
Inside out. closer to the feeling. I don't know what I should do. I go crazy when I can't get close to you. I have a very large love of ABBA. Um,
I'm sorry I can't go with you on this journey. I do like ABBA, but I don't know them well enough to join you.
that is fine. Um,
Ice.
come on. Yes, okay. Okay, now we have our light back here. Jonk, jonk. Just, and then I have to figure out, while everything is weird, how to remove the upside down filter.
Do become right side up.
Okay, one moment.
I'll give you 3.
Oh, that's great, cause question mark.
That's what I was thinking.
Razer Discord preview camera. Razer camera. Filters. No. So it's not in filters. So properties. Configure video. Pan, tilt, exposure, focus. Close that. Controls. No. Oh wait. I think. You know, there might be an easier way to do this.
Oh.
Add video capture device. Existing Razer camera. Okay. Okay. We're just gonna. So the existing Razer camera. So we should have 2 of them here. That's that one. We're gonna bring that one there. We're gonna bring this one underneath the frame. And voila. We're there. All right.
We've done it. We've flipped gravity.
Gravities. Okay. Oh my god, I'm so warm. Okay.
A little bit longer, and then we can let you go cool off.
Yeah. In the nice, sweet air conditioning. This is hard to do and. Okay. She is lovely and beautiful and standing quite steadily, actually. For I have never experienced one of these dolls being steady, but with all the pilver and as tightly as she is strung, she is quite steady. And she looks amazing. I'm driving.
She's
to New Jersey
astonishing.
To
New Jersey.
To meet some friends from town, including a guy who I have a unrequited crush. Do I accidentally let my Medicare card fall out of my wallet to impress him? Yes or no? I will say the ability to properly process and maintain Medicare status is certainly impressive.
It's very impressive.
It is impressive because it requires a lot of bureaucracy and being on time and things that is like
And patience.
and patience. Yes, that is an achievement. I don't care. Like that is
Yeah, you should like pat yourself on the back, my friend.
yeah, let that drop out of your wallet. And if he thinks anything else, he's not right for you. If he
I was about to
realizes
say, that is how you know.
that's how you know
This is a test for
it
him.
yeah, if he knows how difficult it is to deal with all that and understands like your proficiency at adulting with it, then it's going
Then
good.
he's allowed to have a chance.
Yeah. I have a
It's
friend
not
that's in the
you
in
getting a
between.
chance on him. He needs to earn the chance on you.
Correct. Okay, now that I'm here, I can adjust this light again. Let's see here. Can do obviously, but if I stand back a little, that actually kind of looks nice. Colors.
Yeah. Gosh, she's gorgeous.
Yeah. I'm
Becca.
what?
It's
What?
gorgeous. That's a forever right there, I think.
I mean, she is going to be forever no matter what because she is going to help us educate people about early Volks.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to figure out either decide to not display her with this wig or figure out a way to make this wig just actually sit right.
I think a silicone head cap might be the first step.
Yes, which I have in the other room. But they really did make those eyes fill like the whole
The whole eyebrow, huh?
yeah, like a cat. It's like a cat. It really is like a cat.
Oh, I love it though.
Oh, she looks amazing. Yeah, I think we'll do a part two where I can disassemble her, document her, tell people how things are going with the document preservation and cleaning process and stuff.
Yeah. I like it.
The question was, can I get a white head cap? Do you mean right now for comparison, or is her hair kind of blue? No, her hair is definitely black with maybe a little bit of a brown to it. Like, so like,
It might be reading if the lighting conditions are yellow and then being color corrected for white.
yeah, like, and it also might be my blue reflecting off of her hair too a little bit. But yeah, she's looking amazing. But I can, in fact, there is one piece of white resin that I have, but the white resin that I have is so starkly white. What
It's like
is
not a fair comparison.
yeah, I'm like trying to think what my newest normal skin resin even is, and I don't even know if I have anything new enough to compare. I don't think I do. My modern needs color calibration. Well, I can do a white pillow very easily as her hair falls back again. Yeah, I can see why they. It must have been so ingenious for like, look, we can do. Yes, she is just single jointed, no double joints here. I actually prefer single joints. It adds stability because there's not any as many points of failure and balance. My teeth are not this color. They're not that color either, so I'm doing all right.
Oh, she's gorgeous though.
Yeah. So here is Megu.
I genuinely like the color of yellowed resin. I like put out of my mind what it was quote unquote supposed to look like, and I just enjoy the way it yellows.
Yeah, so here is Megu-san. And down by my feet, we have Megu-chan. You can see how much more room of just white for the eyes they gave. She definitely has
Yeah.
like an antique Japanese doll vibe, which is amazing. Super cool.
It's very fun to see her in this context.
Yeah. so cool. I want to see her with a short style wig on. Ah, so cool, so cool. I wonder. Okay, one more thing. I'm just gonna check my wig drawer to see if I have something that won't slip around on her so much. I will be right back.
All right.
One more thing. Ugh, as the wig falls off again.
Well, that's what keeps happening with Ami over here. Oh, well, you're gonna can show the teaser. I was teasing earlier. So Barbie, what you were talking about Takarazuka, well, Becca was earlier retrieving some things from her stash. And she's not particularly dressed in a Takarazuka style at the moment, but she's very special in a lot of unexpected ways. If I can make sure that she can show up a little bit better. Because I don't quite have myself set up. She needs to be redressed for spring, I think, but this still works for the season. All right, here she is. Taking off the part of my camera that's making everything hard to see. Do. There we go. See if I can get a little bit more indirect. There we go. So I'm kind of looking in multiple places right now to kind of track what's going on. Okay, she's a little too tall here, so whoop. See if we can kind of get her out of here. Bear with me just a moment. I only have so many controls over my end of the world. All right, so this is the girl I was teasing earlier, where she's I think it's an F40 head on an SD13 girl body. Beautifully strung, beautifully finished. Who was very specifically commissioned by a friend from Volks because of a few connections that they had to do something a little unusual, to very specifically imitate. It looks like Alicia, doesn't she? She has a bit of Alicia energy to her. She's a little bit whited out here, so you can't really see her details a little bit. There you go. Now that you mention it, she has a Alicia energy about her. But she isn't. She's a F40 boy's face on a girl's body, which normally Volks will not do by default. But a friend knew a person knows a person knows a person. I don't want to go too deep into it because it's generally in Japan you kind of don't talk about these things. But she is gorgeous. Her face was, I think, based on a very specific actress. As her hair decides to fall away, but then you can sort of see her face better. So I kind of bring her in here. Hopefully, I don't have the best lighting for this situation right now. Boop. Trying to not like white her out completely. She has a beautiful posability because she's fully sueded. But a friend didn't have space for her in their collection anymore, and this is the exact aesthetic that I like the most. So I'm also a big Takarazuka fan, so I was like, yes, please. She has a skin tone you won't find on anyone else, because she's technically not actually white skin or normal skin. She's somewhere between to kind of achieve what they were going for at the time. So she's very, very special, and I'm very pleased and proud to have her in my ownership. She's just lovely. Moves beautifully, but it's fun to kind of see her in contrast to Meg, who we're looking at, where she has double jointed elbows, for example, that Volks was really resisting doing for a very long time because they also didn't like the look of the double joint, much like Becca doesn't. And her hip joint's completely different than how Megu's hip joint is now and everything else. You can't really tell, but you can tell that the profile is completely different. I don't quite remember Barbie who she's based on. I have it somewhere in my files, I'm sure. But I do know that's sort of the provenance of her. So she has a Volks original face up and everything. She's a special lady.
I think this is
She's very cool.
Are so nice. This is a Volks wig, but I think this one's MSD, unfortunately. Hippo.
Oh, is it the wrong size?
Yeah, this one I'm pretty sure.
Oh, you have another one. You're trying to see if the size difference works better?
No. Do not eat. You don't eat either. I'm like, I'm being.
Good.
Every
she
cat.
Kind of. Yes, Louise. This is the one I talked about in an old one.
You are.
Jesse, you're on the internet. Hello, goodbye.
Yeah, we're fine. You could. Bye. I'm sorry. I usually don't have the angle like that.
Usually that is very, very much updoable.
Of course, now Peace is like, but I want to leave. But the door closed. That means I now need to
Yes.
demand the door to open. Pizza, you're with me. You're
Let me
fine.
put her back down.
Oh my god, I'm gonna like
Since we're
drink
back in Megu Town.
a gallon of water once I'm done with this.
Oh,
Okay,
I'm sure you are.
so this, however, should be the right size, and it should be a bob. However, it might be more smart doll size, so it might not fit, but we shall see. It also does not have bangs, so it might not feel right. Let's see how we do here. Oh gosh. Yeah, her head is a big. That's a no-go. Yeah, I do not think I currently have a Hime cut that would fit her proper because her head just big.
Big head.
Yeah, so I will just have to simply for the time being seeing if I have a 910 silicone cap that fits that will help her stay prettied. Oh, poor husband. Uh,
That's okay.
he just heard me being assaulted by cats, so he came to help.
He came to help you.
I know, he came to save me and Megu. He's best.
He is the best.
So yes, here's Megu. Any final questions before we break for today and we continue to document this doll?
She is gorgeous.
Saw nothing but his exit. It's probably for the best. Maybe we can just like we can put like something there in post to save his dignity. The weight of the hair is fun. Like it wants to just sit down and straight.
It's definitely doing something very much on purpose.
Yeah. So very cool. There are no stupid questions, usually.
I love, even if you think it's a silly one, I love silly ones. So
Yeah.
go ahead. We know a lot of things outside of the immediate topic, so
Yes.
you have us as a captive audience.
Would you get the other girls if they came up? I would not. The main reason why I got this doll was because I want her to be able to be used for education purposes, and one doll fulfills that need. If I could obtain the other doll heads that came out prior to the full choice system that were sold separately, those I would be interested in getting as individuals and also just to show as a collection. So that was Jay Luis's questions. Barbie Witch's question. If you're taking your first long solo road trip, possibly broke your big toe, we're worried about money, and we're nauseous at the thought of meeting an unrequited crush, cancel now, yes or no? No. Can't win the shots you don't take, part A. Part B, if he hates...
The thing is, if he hates you, nothing's changed, right?
Well, no. If he hates you, then you dodged a bullet going, yeah, and then you don't have to spend any more of your mental energy on that, so you get to use that mental energy on other better things, so that's better.
Right now, everything about the situation is merely potential. And if there's your current state is he doesn't know you very well and you don't know him necessarily very well, that's like the now, right? You go there and something about that now will change, positive or negative. If he's not interested, you've changed, nothing's changed. You continue on as you were, which is not bad. And if he likes you, hey, something positive changed.
So that's all. Yeah, just think of
I
it.
think it's a fun situation that you're looking at, and like uncertain situations are scary,
Yeah.
and being brave is something you have to practice.
Yes. Exactly. If he hates you, then he sucks, and then you get to save your mental energy and emotional energy. If you
You're not going
die,
to die. I hope not. I would dearly prefer you not to do that.
there is a lot
You
of
might, you need, your emotionally might be fraught, but I think you'll be okay.
yeah, like yeah, death is probably
It
not.
sounds like you're feeling a lot of anxiety, which makes sense on doing something you've never done before.
Yeah.
Doing something the first time will never be perfect, and embracing that frees you from that expectation.
I did learn there is somewhere in New Jersey tomorrow from like 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. like a cool uh like like vintage toys and stuff festival. So that's pretty cool.
Don't dox yourself, Barbie Witch.
Yeah.
I say this lovingly, but I do. I've done a similar drive as to when you're saying that's this. You're putting a lot of effort forward for people, so hopefully they're people who are worth your time and attention. It sounds
Yeah.
like they might be. You really seem to want to see them.
Oh, I wonder. Okay, if you were to recommend one thing for a person that visited New Jersey,
Like what to do?
yeah, or what to eat or experience, do I
First of all, yes, you secretly bring a smart doll if it would make you feel more comfortable.
A, bring a smart doll because you'll at least have company the way there and back, and someone to
Yes.
talk to there.
Oh, Boston, England. What? Oh no! Wait, no, I fell for it for 2 seconds.
so that's
Yes,
part
Boston,
one.
England.
Also,
I'm bad at this.
part two is secondary vetting because once again, if
Mhm.
anybody's gonna be your bestie bud forever, they gotta be chill or at least like neutral on the dolls.
At the very least, neutral.
Yes. Um. So yeah.
It sounds like the eve of any big trip makes me anxious. I know
So,
that.
um, counterpoint for bringing the doll. It is going to be 96 degrees tomorrow, so whatever doll you bring with
Ooh,
you will need to go in and out of the car with you.
that's true.
So, with the smart ball, if it's coming with you, it should definitely you don't want the vinyl to warp or things in the car or even everything else. So, um if you can bring a smaller doll that's easier to bring in and out, that might be easier. But if smart doll, don't leave in the car. uh, it's too damn hot.
Mhm.
So yeah. So
I
that.
hope you have a good time.
Okay, but yes. Things in New Jersey. My recommendation, though, it's kind of like so. I'm in Pennsylvania now, and there's this battle between a sub or submarine sandwich and a hoagie, um, which are both lunch meat sandwiches on long rolls. Um, I would say find a Jersey Mike's or a place where you can get a sub and actually get a sub. Make sure you have uh, salt, pepper, oregano, oil, and vinegar. Um,
Now I'm hungry.
yeah, sorry. Um, so
Becca.
so what's your recommendation, Lindsay?
The one thing to do in Jersey is to touch the ocean.
Ah, yeah. If you're getting it that far,
Touch water.
touch water. I mean, like,
I don't care which water it is. You can do one of the rivers or you can do the ocean, but touch water. I think the nature in New Jersey is unique and special, and taking a walk in the woods down here is very fun.
yeah, you have, of course, all the pine barrens. There's Sharktooth. I think it's called Sharktooth Stream Park or something, where you can actually shift and silt and look for the shark teeth and things like that as sediment moves over time. They find more fossilized ones. Um, and
We have a whole dinosaur that was discovered in New Jersey. The Hadrosaur was discovered here.
Oh, did you hear they found like an adolescent T-Rex recently? Not in New
That's so
Jersey,
cool.
but they
All
found
right,
one.
we're tangenting.
Yeah.
So I can feel us drifting. It's like Tokyo drifting. But yes, I'm very interested in this thing that you just said. I
Yeah,
can feel myself activating. I'm like, wait, hold on. I know this will be gone for a
I'll
good 10 minutes.
I'll recite the story as best I remember. I heard it on NPR in the morning. It went something like this. A guy was out with his children and noticed an interesting looking rock. So he took a picture of it and sent it to, and he was on like vacation and taking like a hike through interesting areas.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so he took a picture and sent it to a childhood friend who uh, was like a geologist and stuff like that. And when the childhood friend looked at it, he's like, that is a fossil. And when they went out and took it apart, they realized it was basically a near complete adolescent Tyrannosaurus Rex skeleton.
Wow.
And they're calling it the Teen Rex.
The... Ah,
So if you Google Teen Rex, you will find this story, and that is lovely.
I love them.
I love science.
On that note, loving science.
When you're trying to, in the efforts of science and history, preserve all the things that you can as you go to and fro. I don't know, perhaps Boston and New Jersey, perhaps Pennsylvania, and I don't know, Japan. Remember to keep on collecting dolls.
But do remember to keep a budget.
Bye, guys.
Okay, thank you for everyone for coming and sitting around. If you watch this later, feel free to fill your comments. We reply to them.
Bye.
Bye.